Today we're gonna be looking at the #1 killer that haunts your air gun every day, and that's hot and moist air. We're gonna show you how to prevent some of those scary stories and prevent you from being another statistic. Hi everybody, my name is Lauren from Airgun Bootcamp. Stick along for this one because I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make sure your air gun is going to last you for years and years, and how to prevent air from having too much moisture in it from getting into your air gun. So all of these tanks, and even the tank on your gun, has a sleeve on the inside that can corrode and can rust if moisture comes inside of it. That's why a lot of times in a lot of countries they have certain regulations where you have to have a visual test or a hydrostatic test on a lot of your tanks and things like that. But how do we get to dry air? Especially for those guys out there that have their own compressors and things like that. It's important to remember that you need to dry the ambient air out that you're putting into your tank or even into your gun, especially when using your own compressor. Well, this is very easily done actually. It's done by something like this, our Omega Clean Air Inline Filter. So this is the Omega version of that. We also have an inline filter by Hill. They're both fairly similar in the way they work, and they both have a desiccant on the inside. It has a male quick connect on the one end and a female quick connect on the other end, and this literally fits in line to whatever you're using. So if you're going from a compressor to a tank, or from your tank to your gun and you're in very moist conditions, or even from your compressor to your gun, you can easily fit this with the quick connect from your compressor. It can just fix onto here, and this side can go onto your rifle or can go into your tank. So it's very easy to use, uses it in line. The only thing to remember is once your compressor is working, keep in mind that it would have to fill this entire capacity of this cylinder before it goes into your gun. So your compressor might take a little bit longer to fill up your rifle or even your tank. So that's just something to keep in mind, but it does have a desiccant on the inside. Now, how does that desiccant on the inside look? Well, it's fairly easy. This is how it looks. It has a bunch of these little white beads on the inside here. And what happens is the air gets pushed in from this side, moves through these white beads, and these white beads dry them out. At the bottom here, we have a charcoal material right here that will remove any odors from your air, and then it comes back out again as drier air. Obviously, over time, this is going to fill up, so this will become all mushy as it's taking all of the moisture out of the air. And this indicator line right here is currently blue. That'll turn white. Once that turns white, you know it's time to replace this desiccant, and it's very easy to do. When you replace it, it comes in a sealed unit like this. Once you open this up, it'll start drying the air, similar to those little silica packets you get in most enclosed electronics or camera goods or anything like that. You always see these little dry packs in there. That's what that does. It just removes moisture. Well, this, once we open it, it's gonna start removing moisture. So it's important to remember that, but it works very easily. On the Hill side, it works basically the same way, with a little bit of a different style. This one's a little thinner, so for those lower powered compressors and stuff, this one will work a little bit better. And the packets are just little packets like this that you refill this system with. It does come with a fill line indicator, so what you do is you drop this in there and you make sure you filled it to the fill line. You can remove this again, and you'll know that this has been filled with the right amount of stuff. These little beads will also turn yellow on the inside of this filter, and this will also, again, easily connect from your compressor to your tank and to your gun. What you want to prevent happening is some horror stories that we've all heard and seen. We've heard of regulators getting completely corroded. This is how a regulator is supposed to look. And as you can see, some of these regulators don't look so good after years and years and years of improper usage. Some of these rifles and some of these regulators seen on these pictures are only 6 months old. So that's what 6 months of bad air can do to the inside of your rifle. And you've spent thousands of dollars on an investment piece for it to be destroyed by warm and moist air. This is also what the inside of a tank should look like. So there you can see the silver is the metal sleeve on the inside there. But that's how the inside of your bottle should look. And it should be completely dry and free of any corrosion spots or any spots that look like they have wear and tear on them. And there you guys have it. That is the importance of drying the air and how easy it is to ensure that the air you use from a compressor or even going into a tank is completely dry and free of any moisture. Thank you guys for watching, and please follow along for the next one.